Hey, welcome to Sue Rogers Unedited. I am Sue Rogers. Protect Kids California is today's topic. Have you guys heard about this if you live in California? If you don't live in California, I will enlighten you as to what's going on over here. And maybe if you do live in California, you have no idea what is happening with this. I only know because of our intro back into public school. And finding out that, we all have heard across the country about biological males being allowed to compete in female sports. And female sports were designed specifically for women to be able to compete and have a fair shot at athletics. And biological males are allowed to compete in a lot of levels of female sports. The fact that we're even having to have this discussion as to why this is absurd blows my freaking mind. But if you think about the last multiple years of bullshit as well, it's not surprising that this is where we are, but it feels really, really stupid that this is where we are. It feels really stupid. So in California, there's actually three things going on that protectkidscalifornia.com is working to get on the ballot for November of 2024. So these three things I'm going to share with you. I'm collecting signatures for this petition to get these things on the ballot, and there's more fine print to it, but here are the bullet points. There's more fine print to that each point. So if you have more questions, please go to their website or even reach out and I may be able to answer your questions as well. But the petition, one of the things on here is requiring schools to notify parents regarding children's mental health concerns identified in school settings, including gender identification issues. Because as of right now, in the state of California, schools do not have to notify parents if a child is wanting to change their gender. They're letting it happen and doing it at schools for the students without notifying parents. Because as a parent, raising your child is your honor, your privilege, and your right. It is not up to government schools or any school to determine how to raise your child. And yet, for some reason, the schools are thinking that it's their right now. It's not. So currently in California, this exists. This petition is to nullify the current law that already exists that is allowing this to happen. The second thing on the petition is to protect girls' competitive sports and school spaces to be for biological girls only. Because as of right now, in the state of California, and I think some other states, other places across the country, they are allowing biological males, dudes with wieners, in the girls' locker rooms to change during PE, and the bathrooms, and sports. It's happening in multiple ways in the current school system. And you guys, I found this out because of our local high school having this issue and contacting the schools. And the school's only answer is, we're just following the state guidelines. What a fucking cop-out. And whatever, your hands are tied because you're getting your funding from the state. But what a bullshit way for the state to bully schools into doing what they want them to do. Even though I imagine a lot of people in the schools can't say anything, but they probably also think this is horseshit. If you are one of those teachers, please contact me on the side so you can get your signature on this freaking petition. I won't tell anybody. But if you think it's total garbage what's happening as well, and here's what I'm suggesting too, do we have to go to the point of putting XX and XY chromosome on the bathroom doors and the locker room doors, so whatever it is that you were born as, that's the bathroom you go into? Or for that 1% of the population that doesn't know which one they are, they have a space separate, and that is the only space that they can use. Just like the girls use the girls' bathroom, the boys use the boys' bathroom, and if you're not sure you can use this bathroom and that's your bathroom, that's the only bathroom you get to use. Because it is not fair to put these kids in a space that's not their biological sex and have all of those people, like think of this girls' locker room that's happening at my kid's high school. This girls' locker room, when they're changing for general PE, what are there, 50 plus kids in the locker room? So you've got 50 or so biological girls in the girls' locker room changing. Now, as a teenage girl, it's already super fucking awkward and uncomfortable to be undressing and dressing, even in front of your own fellow actual females, because girls are just bitches too, and can be really mean in the locker room. I've subbed junior high PE and broken up a fight in the girls' locker room. Like, but now you're gonna add on the fact that there is a dude with a wiener changing in the locker room right next to you. What in the actual fuck is happening? It is happening. It is happening. And it blows my freaking mind. So then the third thing, the petition is to reverse the current law that actually got put into place 10 years ago. 10 years ago it's been on there, but it's just now coming to a head where it's actually like happening. And parents are realizing that it's happening. And most parents, I believe I heard a statistic this morning saying that 70% of Americans are 70% of parents in California are not okay with any of these things that are happening, that this Protect Kids California are trying to get reversed. Also, as a parent of a male and a female who both play the same sport, if my son were to show up and play volleyball on a girls' team because he thinks he's a girl, which he does not, he very much knows who he is. But we started laughing about it because we all said you would have a D1 scholarship somewhere because you would just dominate the sport with your height, your athleticism, your power, your strength as a dude. But it's happening. There are college teams here in California with dudes on the women's volleyball teams. Like, let's just keep it fair. And I'd also like to point out that they did, I forget which organization put on I believe, trans competition, and no one signed up for it. Like, why do you think that is? Do you think that these dudes that suck in their sports, that dominate in women's sports once they say they're a woman, think they're going to dominate against other people other than women? No, like, it's freaking absurd. Okay, so then the third thing on this petition is to prevent the sterilization of children by prohibiting the use of puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, mastectomies, and genital surgeries for minors. Because right now in the state of California, a 12-year-old without parental permission can go get gender mutilation surgery, and that's legal. This petition is to reverse that rule so that you have to be 18. It's just saying, wait until they're 18. Once they're 18, maybe they've figured out a little bit more of who they are. Like, life as a 12-year-old, you guys think back to when you were 12. Did you have your shit together? Did you know what you were really doing at 12 years old? Where does that put you, like 7th grade? 12 years old, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. 6th grade, 7th grade, somewhere around in that ballpark, right? 12 years old. You don't even know how to drive yet. You don't even have the right to do, like, you can't even get your goddamn ears pierced without parental permission under the age of 18, but you can go get your boobs chopped off? Unfreaking believable. So really, all three of these things are about protecting our kids. Okay, because clearly the government doesn't protect our fucking kids. The government doesn't give a shit about any of us. You think the government cares about you? What's the phrase? You probably also think that strippers love you. They don't care about us, you guys. Like, the majority of government is just about power and wanting power and doing whatever they can to get that power. And now they're coming after our kids. Parents should have the first and foremost rights as to what is going on with our children. That is our right as a parent. And if you don't think so, I don't know. Like, I don't even understand that thought process. But it is an honor to raise human beings. If you are fortunate enough to be a parent, these souls that came into your life, like these two souls that chose me to be their mom, like I could not be more proud of them and not more thoroughly love the experience of helping guide them through this world. It's crazy the last 4 years, nut job of a world that we're living in. But I also believe that our children that are growing up right now were born in this time for a reason, because they are going to do some fucking phenomenal things. And I hope I get to be around long enough to watch as much of it as I can. And in the meantime, we have to fight for things to protect our kids so they can have the opportunity to do these phenomenal things to help change the world and make the world a better place without doing things that are going to hurt them in the meantime. So parents, step up. If you haven't already, protect your kids. Maybe you don't have kids, but you find all of this to be insane. Help protect these other kids that may or may not be yours, because you probably have nieces or nephews or grandkids or whatever it may be. They need us and our support from the people who are doing these crazy, crazy things. So protectkidscalifornia.com is the website where you can print out all the paperwork to collect signatures, or reach out to me and I will get you a signature page that I have, and all you got to do is sign it. And this all has to be done, I believe, and turned in. We have until March so that everything can get hopefully on the ballot for November, so then we can vote on all of this stuff in November and take our kids' livelihoods and health into our hands and protect them. All right, protectkidscalifornia.com. Go to their website. You know where you can find me, balancedaylife.com, Balanced Day Life over on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube for the podcast, Anchor, Spotify. Like, subscribe, share. Especially share this if you know people who would love to get on board and get this going. All the help needed. It's gonna take a teamwork effort here, but we got this. All right, have a good one, guys.